5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thunderbird, our goal.
They were, it's the story of a group of people who they set out to make films. They're in their 20s and they think one day we want to make Ben-Hur. We're going to go to the cinema, with these enormous epics. And instead what they get is a woman comes along with 26 scripts, or 52 scripts for a series, and she says, I'd love to commission you for this puppet series. And they say, that's terrific. And she says, they're with puppets. And as Gerry said, he wanted to throw up on the floor. They did not want to work with puppets, so they just worked further and further. And they do go to the cinema in the end. They go with Thunderbirds Our Go, and they're with these fiberglass stars.
It's also worth noting that all of those productions happened within about a decade of time. They were constantly moving on to the next bigger and better thing. There was no looking backwards or repeating themselves at all. They wanted to improve with every single show.
And one of the things about these things is the fact that they have survived the test of time in a way that really, you have to look to Disney to find something that is similar. That generations of children, you often hear, first generation fans will say, oh, well, the youngsters don't get these sorts of things. And the thing is, they do. We are from the generation that saw the series in 1992. By which point the series was almost 3 decades old. And there was no sense that this was something of another era. My mother said to me, I used to watch this when I was a kid. But my mother was so improbably old, she was 30, that I couldn't imagine, that this could, it just looked so, and all the kids I went to school with, no one questioned that this was not something that was being made at the time. It was so much better than the other stuff, that was on. But one of the reasons for that, I think, is it's the toys come to life appeal of it. It is, they were aiming for real, they wanted to do the big special effects, and there's something peculiar about human perception that, it moves on. Something that looked real in 1975 looks less real by 1985. But these shows have sort of fallen into a rather interesting sort of area, which is that although you might not look at that and go, oh my god, that's real. There's a toys come to life element about it. These are toys cooler than you could own as a kid. It's something you could aspire to. And there's something clever about it. All the models have this sort of weight. And as you saw with that scene we showed a moment ago, there's something phenomenal. The reality of this stuff is so silly. It's just fiberglass models and fiberglass puppets dangling around on wires. But when you put it together, you light it properly, you film it properly, you put it together with the music and the sound effects, it really takes on its life. So it takes on its life of its own.
got 3 seconds to switch off that beam.